Hey y'all, praise the Lord. Man, I don't mean to be funny, but yes, I do mean to be funny. Set your boundaries, y'all. Set your boundaries for your peace. You know, I went to the Kingdom Hall to see how my dad is doing, and yeah, call I call him, but anytime I gotta do that, you know, I gotta compromise and go to the Kingdom Hall to see my father, you know, than 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 the baby's fathers, you know, all my children's fathers and my husband, you know, they gotta do the same thing, you know. Bunch of lazy niggas. Lazy, no account niggas. You know, that's how the whole thing started. The whole entire thing started. You know, they'll go to the woman because they see she by herself and she put out there on the street or 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 put out there on their own, surviving on their own, and they figure, oh, you know, oh, this slut or this girl out here by herself is no father, no mother, so I'm not going to ask for the father's hand in marriage, or I'm not going to ask for the father. I'm not going to go through the dad to get the girl. I'm going to mess the girl's life up because it's easy access, Feel me? It's like Adam and Eve, like the devil, like Satan himself, you know, you know. God God gave the man instructions first. So the fall of man, so humankind fell because of man's sin. Man ate the apple. I mean, not the apple. Man ate the forbidden fruit. You know what I'm saying? Then I went to the Kingdom Hall yesterday, and my dad is still Joe Witness. My father is still the elder in Joe Witness. And anybody that know my testimony and see my YouTube channel or see my social media, they know my background with Joe Witness. They know what happened. Even recently, what I said that happened to me last year with my parents, and how I had the stroke and had the heart surgery, and how my dad showed up and he came and took me to the Kingdom Hall and stuff, and then I ain't hear nothing from him. He stopped picking me up, stopped taking me to the Kingdom Hall and all that. And then fast forward this year, So I'm the one that called him. You know, I'm the one called him yesterday and asked him, did he have a part in the meeting? And Dad said, yeah. I'm the one that called him, asked him, will he pick me up and take me to the Kingdom Hall? You know, and y'all saw on the video, I made 2 videos. What pissed me off is that I called Henry, one of my son's fathers, my son Christian father. I called him and told him that my dad have a part in the meet. And mind you, out of all the motherfuckers that I had children by, Henry's the only one that came to the Kingdom Hall. The only one that my father actually talked to, and my father accepted suits and stuff from. You know, suits and everything, ties and all that from, and the elders, um, through the elders, talked to Henry, and they thought that Henry is my husband, you know, you know, nosy elders, you know, the ones that disfellowship me, but then they died. And Henry went to the funeral, even went to one of the elders' funeral with me, to the Kingdom Hall with me, So now, yesterday, called Henry and told him, I said, if you want to see how dad doing, or you want to talk to dad, you want to see a part of the meeting, you want to see him, catch the subway from West Baltimore and go to the Kingdom Hall over at Upton. Henry lived on that side of town, live in West Baltimore, but no. He said, "Oh, I got this and that. I got this, la 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 la." Okay, you know what? When it's something that he want to do, whenever it's something that Henry want to do, he will do that shit. He will do it. Same thing for my husband. When it's something that Elliot want to fucking do, he will do it. He will do it. But when it comes down to something that I want to do, something that I will, oh no, they ain't gonna do that shit without some kind of motive, without some kind of alternative motive, without some kind of demonic hidden agenda. After they done use me up or whatever they done did, now they done throw me away. And then they had children by them motherfuckers. Now it's like, oh, and they old. They in their 60s, and I'm 50 some years old. 50 some years, 50. Yeah, I'm still kind of young, but these motherfuckers, they old. They old and they narcissistic and they criminal narcissists. Y'all. Y'all might say, why she? Cause I'm angry and I'm like tired. Y'all, I am so tired of the bullshit. Keep your boundaries. Keep your boundaries, y'all. Keep what they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That's true, y'all. It is so true. These niggas went through all that shit with me all the cool shit through foster care, through the CPS system, and went through all that and had their kids. Well, here we had our son Christian put up for adoption, but my husband and our daughter was it put up for adoption. She was in foster care, but this thing is pissing me off because mind you, just on the May the 21st was my 23rd anniversary, and y'all saw what my husband did. Coming here to unannounced. Why? Let me tell you about why. I can't just pop up here and say hi. No, y'all. And then here we gonna call me. How Pop's doing? You know what? You aggravating motherfucker. You know what? I was calm. He called me out the blue, gonna say how Pops, how Dad doing, and I calmly said said I don't know. You 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 could have found that out on your own. And then he tried to say that famous line, oh, you want to argue. You always want to argue. No, motherfucker. No, bitch. You just being lazy. You ain't want to find out on your own. Then he said, I had other things I want to do. Okay, then, you know what? Told him I already recorded. I told him yesterday when I went to the chemo, I told him yesterday I was going to try to record it. And I noticed here he be on my channel, monitoring and snooping on the YouTube channel. Oh, I like the dance. I like this and that. I see this and that. So he one of my subscribers. Y'all, y'all, y'all. You know what? That ain't nothing but a Martin envy. That's a Martin envy spirit. Want to keep you like them. Want to steal your joy. Want to steal your happiness. You know. You know. They know just some. They got familiar spirit. They know what you're going through, and they know your situation, and they wanna target. They know they want to sap your energy. You know, I told him if I'm his daughter and I gotta go through that, I gotta go. I gotta go to the Kingdom Hall just to see my father. I gotta go through all that bullshit. I gotta go through all that shunning, excommunicate, whatever. And I know that my father and my son and my sister spending time with each other, and they over my sister's house, and my son, my oldest son, is over there, and I know that, and I can see how God is slowly healing my family, but I see at the same time how I'm being rejected. I'm still the motherfucking black sheep of the family. You know, and I'm still the outcast. And I'm still not invited. You know, come on. And I don't say that I'm 54 years old, and I don't complain. Y'all, y'all, Harry pissed me the fuck off with that shit. You got me fucked up, motherfucker. You know, you don't do that. You and Elliot in the same month. Both of y'all ain't give me shit for Mother's Day. And you think I don't recognize that? Y'all ain't give me shit. Y'all ain't give me no card, no flowers. Y'all ain't take me out to dinner. You ain't even wish me happy mother. Y'all ain't wish me happy Mother's Day. Y'all ain't do shit. No account, selfish, no accounting selfish motherfuckers. But at the same time, when one wasn't dead, Henry would give me money and stuff. That as long as we was fighting in the court system, and he was working, he would give me money. But then as soon as that stopped, then he stopped. The same shit that Elliot did. Elliot did the same shit. Every time when he saw that I was depending on him to support me and his daughter Joy, he'll start working. Then he stopped. Then he start doing it, working under the table, doing bullshit like that. Y'all beware. I'm telling you, beware. Every time when you're going through something and you transitioning, you going through a a a a crisis in your life. You going through a transitional stage in your life. I don't care if it's your mother, your father, your a pastor or whatever it is. It's always somebody close to you try to pull you down, pull you down like the crab in the basket. It's always somebody trying to keep you down. You know what? Know what? It's best to be alone. Don't be that desperate that say, "Oh, I got a man or I got family, whatever." It's best to be alone, be isolated, than to have phony, fake ass friends, haters, evil ass people like that. You know they ain't no good because your gut be telling you. But you think you can change them or you think you can handle it, and you gonna draw hot energy people like us, chosen vessels like us, draw rats, draw snakes, devils, demons, snake, narcissistic, evil, whether they on drugs, they dysfunctional as hell, and they'll try to put that shit, blame you. Well, well, I warned you. Well, I told you I was a snake. Well, I told you. Well, I warned you. Didn't I tell you? It's like that a story. I heard the preacher say this man saw a frozen snake, and he picked it up and he put this snake in his close to his chest, and the snake got warmed up, and the snake bit the man, and the man said, "Ow, you bit me." And the snake said, "Well, you knew I was a snake when you picked me up." Y'all, that goes for women too. Females can be even worse. They can be even worse. Y'all, I stand on business, but y'all, I'm telling you, I thought I'd make this message and say it loud and clear. Something like that. You don't need to talk to no therapist. I don't need no talk to my therapist on the phone about setting no boundaries, about that kind of shit. Some things, not even a therapist. Sometimes a therapist give you wrong advice. Something is just common sense. It's the God in you. It's your conscience and the God in you telling you this is not right. This is satanic. This is not right. This is what he is doing. You done already said this and that. You aggravating, provoking spirit. Y'all, what the fuck? Y'all, Why you cut? You know what? Don't be doing. See, don't be trying stuff. And then when I set boundaries with you, and you cross my boundary, and then you gonna turn around and get gaslight me. You gonna turn that shit around when I done set boundaries. Can you read? Is you that full of evilness? Or you done set boundaries? It's obvious you done set boundaries, but when it comes to me, you cross mine. You cross me and you manipulate mine. And you want to play these psychological pip daddy, old school 1960, 1970 pip daddy games that'll work on somebody younger, but it ain't gonna work on me. It wouldn't work on the older woman either. That shit is played out. Y'all, y'all, beware, beware, beware of folk like that. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like, don't get sad about your boundaries. Don't be sad about your feelings. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Now, I bet you he'll he'll come and say, Crystal, I seen your video about Bible study. You called me a deacon. I'm a deacon. Yeah. You need to read your Bible. That's the reason why I put things on things on there like that. To help people to read their Bible. And it helps me too. When I be making videos like that. Y'all, ooh, y'all, you better keep your discernment level up on your discernment. Y'all, what I noticed too is Henry stop calling, stop being there and stop coming over here. But he would ask me to come over his house. I'm like, oh no. And my sister called me. You see what day was it? What was it? Trying to think. Same day, Tuesday. She called me Tuesday, and we talked. And she she was said, what rules, biblical rules I should obey and stuff. She said, well, you don't have no husband. You don't have no husband. You don't have kids. You don't have husband. You don't have kids. So the only rule that you have is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love yourself. So you need to take the time to live for yourself and love yourself, Crystal. She she broke that thing down. You know, she she broke it down in a way that was truthful. Said, really, you don't you don't have your kids, whether it's somebody else raised them or they grown. Somebody else is raising your kids or they grown children now. And you definitely don't have no, man. You don't have no uh, husband, and you don't have no parents, you know. So you're not obligated to them. You ain't obligated to your mother and your father. So take this time to love you. So really, when Elliot came around and when Henry do that, that ain't nothing but a familiar spirit. Say, let me fuck with her. I don't love her. I don't want her. I ain't fucking her. I didn't use her up. I never did really love her. I never loved her. Both of them. Yeah, I love using her. You know? You know? It ain't no friendship. It ain't no friend. It ain't no friendship there. Neither one of them. And they both the same. What gets me, they both the same age. Both of them. One is just a couple of years older than the other. Y'all, it's like they went to the same school. They went to they got the same similar backgrounds. Got a whole lot of siblings. Both of them got the same backgrounds. Both of them, got issues, mama issues. Y'all, both of them mama's boys. Both of them black as tar. Both of them ugly. And you know how narcissists get when they get conceited. They get uglier and uglier and uglier. One looked like that rat from Ninja Turtle. The other one looked like a weasel, a wide-eyed weasel. Y'all, y'all, and you didn't detox your soul. Like I done said in my other video about soul ties. Everybody that you didn't have sex with, or whether it was intentional or whether you was molested as a child, or uh, or um or whatever means, that's a soul tie. Y'all, and they see that soul tie that I had with Henry and with Elliot then seven. It's a disconnect, spiritually, physically, sexually disconnect. We ain't got nothing in common. So they, So when they be snooping around or calling or saying something ignorant to irritate or they already know, they already know. Ain't no Crystal don't smoke. Crystal don't have a history. Crystal never smoked. Crystal never had no drug history. Crystal never did drugs, never smoked, never did no alcohol. Crystal never had no alcohol history. Only two things you can say, oh, Crystal cuss like a sailor, and Crystal fucked around, was promiscuous. But even when that was y'all, I'm like, don't be lazy. You could have went there and found out yourself how he doing. You could have caught the subway from Cold Spring Lane, where you live at, down to that's closer to the Kingdom Hall than here. Catch the subway from Cold Spring, West Cold Spring to Upton. That's only 2 steps away from the Kingdom Hall. But your lazy ass don't want to do that. I don't want to see Crystal Father. I don't want to go there extra, but I don't want to. Chances are, if if chances are, if Henry would have did that on his own, my father said, hey, you would have talked to him like he did the other time. But you know what it is? What it is? He don't want to. You know what it is? Thank you, God. He's ashamed because Dad knows what happened to Christian. Dad, Dad knows how much of a skeezer. Dad knows that I married Elliot and what would happen to his grandkids. You know, and but you brought that on yourself. You brought that on yourself. It's the man. It's not the woman. It's the man. Stop putting it on. Stop putting it on the mother. Stop putting it on these females. Stop putting the fall of these families. Stop putting all of the blame and all of the humiliation and all of the dysfunction on the women. Hold these no account, no good motherfucking men. Hold them accountable. The fathers and these men. These these rugrat men that's been enabled by other people's mothers and fathers. So you know what? You ain't go through. You ain't go through me. You ain't talk to me. You ain't talk to the father to court my daughter. You ain't talk to me. You ain't come to see. Let me talk to the Father. Get to know, get to know the person. Get to know more about her. Get to know more about the woman that you fucking. Get to know about her makeup. But you know what it is? That's how men do. They think we so desperate because it's more women than men. Think we so hard up for some dick. We so desperate for dick. So we'll just take anything or just a piece of down low. A lot of these motherfuckers gay. They go both ways. They fuck men and women. They got all kinds of things wrong with them. Y'all. And they too lazy. What the word said, work out your soul salvation with fear and trembling. They lazy with the word. They too lazy to get the word. They too lazy to build a relationship with the Lord because they reprobate. The devil got their mind. They on the devil's side. Henry always talking about, oh, everybody God's children. The hell you is. Everybody is not God's children. God made everything, but you got to obey his laws and his commandments. So you can be a child of the devil too. You can be a child of the devil, a child of God. Y'all, and you keep hang around people like that because you don't want to be alone. You just don't want to be lonely, y'all. You don't want to be by yourself. Oh, I'm old. Don't nobody love me. I'm looking for love. When Henry told that police when I got locked up over at his place over my daughter, what he said, and I got locked up over his senior building. Oh, she looking for love in the wrong places. There's more to it than that. What is love? God is love. That's what the Bible say. God is love. So when he's saying that dumb shit, what you really saying that I'm searching for God. And obviously that ain't you. So if God is not using you and you ain't come from God, then what the fuck are what are you doing in my life? What are you doing? It's proper protocol. You can't just come. You just can't come and approach God's daughter any kind of way. And you can't treat God's property any kind of way. And you got, okay, just like the enemy, the devil's seeking The devil is like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. You got people like that prey, Prey. They prey on the weak. They prey on weak-willed women. They like they they like sexual. You know how sexual abusers they prey on kids. They predators. You got folk like that spiritual predators. Long as they see that you weak and you still have a heart, you still got a kind heart. It's okay to have a kind heart, but don't catch your pug before a swine. Even the Lord ain't healed everybody. He ain't cast out every devil. He ain't performed miracles everywhere. People was trying to kill him. His own hometown said perform a miracle here. Jesus like, no, prophet is rejected in his own hometown. That's another goddamn thing. Beware of niggas in your hometown. You know, you ain't did nothing. You ain't put your business out on social media. You ain't did nothing. It's people in your hometown. They see you different. They know something special about you. They see that you different. And they just want a piece of, they want to steal, kill in the street. They want to keep it. They want a part of your shine. They don't want you to be, they don't want you to relocate and get out of your hometown and elevate. They know you a diamond in the rough. They know you special. They see that 10 miles away. They can tell by your countenance. They can tell. You ain't got to dress like them. You ain't got to talk like them. You ain't got to be black like them. You ain't got to be light skin, black, whatever. Colorism, whatever. It ain't about your children. It ain't about how many kids you got. You can have 15 kids by a whole bunch of men. And you still shining. You still special. What they know about you. They know, you know what? That ain't them. That's not them. They done did all this stuff, and they done still rised up. They still here. That ain't take them out. That didn't stop them. Y'all, this thing, y'all can tell I'm mad as hell. I'm making this video because, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do for your own safety, for your own protection. Recognize it. Recognize what it is. Write it down. Like my sister said, write the stuff down. Yeah, like the pastor, write it there, or make video blogs. Do what you gotta do. Like what I did with Elliot, recorded his black ass, because I said, ain't nobody gonna believe this shit. They ain't gonna believe this. Rather I take it to the judge, whatever. Now every time I see that video, I say, you know what? That's why. That right there is why. Because it's times I would experience that over the years, 20, 25 years, I would experience it, and he would make me feel like I was something, like it was me. But when you actually see it, you play it over and you see what happened, you're like, no, you know what? That that was not your fault. You put your boundary up. That's your house. That's your apartment. He came unannounced. No. Let me get off of here. All right, be blessed, y'all.